We all know the great benefits that can be obtained from supplementing with organic sulfur, as all life requires sulfur for optimal health. While our four-legged friends can also benefit from ensuring adequate consumption, especially those of our pets with joint and mobility issues. As our pets age, they go through much of the same breakdown as us humans do. Achy joints, stiff muscles, increased inflammation, and itchy, irritated skin. Now, just as organic sulfur can help alleviate these symptoms in humans, so can they in our pets. Sulfur also helps to provide a protective coating along the intestine and colon of the animal, helping to shed parasites, yeasts, and other bacteria, making it impossible for them to attach. The horse racing world has actually utilized the power of organic sulfur for decades to increase the recovery of their prized horses after a race and to maintain their strength and flexibility. The Happy Body store always recommends choosing pure organic sulfur crystal flakes as opposed to any that come in capsule or pill form. Now, this is because many of them can contain stearates or dextrose that can be derived from genetically modified corn sources, and they can also inhibit the absorption of the MSM. So if you're choosing to supplement for health, it's always best to do your research and choose the very best quality. As for dosing for our animals, the general rule of thumb is 1 teaspoon of organic sulfur crystals per 100 pounds of body weight per day. So if you have a 10-pound cat or dog, 1/8 of a teaspoon is sufficient. 20 to 25 pounds, 1/4 teaspoon, 50 pounds, 1/2 teaspoon, 75 pounds, 3/4 of a teaspoon, and so on. Remember that organic sulfur has a toxicity of water, so there's no worry about taking too much. But it's important to note that you should take the least amount necessary to obtain positive results, as our body utilizes the organic sulfur as needed and then just disposes of what it doesn't. So there's no sense in taking more than necessary because you don't want to waste it. So you may have noticed that our organic sulfur crystals come in 2 different sizes. We have our 1-pound organic sulfur crystal flakes for human consumption, and this is simply because clinically it's been shown that the whole organic sulfur crystals work most effectively in the human body. Now for our pets, it's just more important that we get it into them. So we've taken the liberty of grinding down our whole sulfur crystals into a finer powder, and this just makes it easier to administer to the animal by stirring it into their water dish or their food. It just saves you a step of grinding the powder. But really, at the end of the day, the two are interchangeable. Now, like I said, some people just stir it into the animal's water dish, and that way they have a steady supply of sulfur throughout the day. But if they're finicky about their water, you can always stir their dose into a couple tablespoons of peanut butter, applesauce, or even some meat-flavored baby food. Some people even just simply stir the dose into their dry kibble and add a couple tablespoons of water to dissolve the powder in. Many of our pets can suffer from skin issues as well, brought on by external parasites. Using the MSM topically is a great way to deal with this. Mixing the MSM powder into a water-soluble base such as aloe and applying to the afflicted area can help rid the skin of these unwanted guests and aids in repairing damaged tissue. So 1 teaspoon of MSM powder mixed into a few tablespoons of a water-soluble base is a great ratio. Now keep in mind that our pets can harbor pathogens such as viruses, bacteria, or other toxins that are going to want to be detoxed from the system upon starting a sulfur regimen. So it's not unusual to notice loose stools or constipation within the first week of starting them on a sulfur protocol. So just ensure that they have access to an adequate supply of clean, fresh water and they're getting enough throughout the day. We have many veterinarian friends who proudly support Happy Body MSM and happily administer it to all their patients. Now, we encourage you to discuss with your vet the importance of organic sulfur within the health of our pets. We all want the very best for our four-legged companions, and supplementing with organic sulfur is a great way to ensure the health and wellness of ourselves and our pets. Check out our website at www.happybodystore.com and you can find out more about organic sulfur and how it can benefit you and your loved ones. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, whether you have 2 or 4 legs, a healthy body is a happy body.